guys. Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. Guys, I know most of you have already heard the news surrounding Christian Keyes and his video that he did on Instagram Live, just basically sharing some details of him being assaulted, harassed in a sexual way by a male billionaire in the Hollywood industry. Now, for those who are familiar with Christian Keyes, most of us are familiar with him based on his, I don't even want to say affiliation, but based on his resume, shall we say. I know I was introduced to him from being on a Tyler Perry play. And that was many years ago. And many years ago, when Tyler Perry was doing these plays, he definitely was not a billionaire. He wasn't even in Hollywood, right? But he talked about some things with regards to him being asked to do certain things that he refused to do, and how he didn't want to say anything about it. And he also allowed the statute of limitations to go, and, the time and all of that stuff, because he didn't want to be looked at as an opportunist or be accused of trying to take a good person down or just in it for the money. And he was saying, it's amazing how some of you people, the people that you just like, it's like your faves, or you just really put them up on a pedestal, you wouldn't really believe some of the things that they are doing behind closed doors. I mean, I will say that at this point in time, especially at this point in time, nothing surprises me. But even before all of the stuff started coming out about Diddy, even though it was very, very graphic, and it is almost like, oh my God, really? What? But yet and still, we don't know these people. And that's one of the reasons why I don't get caught up in people. I don't get caught up in fame. I don't get caught up in accolades of people and the accomplishments that they've had. I don't mind congratulating someone, or maybe even admiring someone's work ethic or things like that I can see, the things that I'm privy to. Like, I'll just give an example, like Beyonce. I admire her work ethic, also being someone who also is a Virgo, because she's a Virgo like I am. I get a lot of that, but I'm not going to get caught up in her fame or celebrity and be in the beehive and windmilling in comment sections because someone says something about her that I don't agree with or I don't like, whatever, because ultimately I don't know her and she's a person just like I am. I don't worship these people. And I'm just saying that to say that a lot of people just get so caught up in these people that they low-key are worshiping them. It is idolization. And I don't put anybody before God, and that's just me. But anyway, I'm just saying that to say there are people that are assuming and alleging that he may be speaking about Tyler Perry because he did not put a name on it. Now, on one side of the coin, I can understand why he doesn't want to put a name on it. But then on the other side of the coin, it's one of the things that just annoys me, and this is just my personal opinion, when people come out and they make these innuendos or accusations or whatever about certain situations that have happened, but they're like saying, I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to name any names. But then you're telling all of the other stuff. And then, yeah, some people may just want to know just for their own information. But yet and still, it is a little bit aggravating. I'm just being beautifully honest. It is a little bit aggravating when people won't put names on it. When the video he did was at least over a half hour long. I listened to his videos, most of it, I should say, on his Instagram. And then I've listened to other people giving commentary and also sharing the video and what, he said. So I've listened to it multiple times. I'm not going to play the clips here because it's long, and I just don't really want to. I don't feel like doing that, and it's almost everywhere now, so you can hear it almost anywhere. But what I wanted to say regarding this is, if it is Tyler Perry, then shame on him. It's absolutely disgusting, and a lot of people wouldn't even really be shocked or surprised by that. But then if it isn't, then wouldn't it be right for Christian Keyes to really just drop the names and maybe even some of the clips of the recordings so that it would X out the person that most people are assuming that it is, which a lot of people, even like myself, when I just heard it initially, my mind went to Tyler Perry because, like I said, my getting to know him as an actor was him starting out with Tyler Perry, and now Tyler Perry has been labeled a billionaire in Hollywood. So who else could it be? I mean, most people wouldn't think that it's Jay-Z. Most people wouldn't think that it's Kanye West. I mean, I'm just saying, like, who? Because it's not like it's that many black billionaires. Now, there is the black guy, Robert Kraft. Was it Robert? No, not Robert Kraft. He's a white. He's a white guy in sports. Robert Smith. But I'm not sure if he's really affiliated with Hollywood. But he is the guy that had donated to pay off student loans for some college students, black guys. That happened several years ago. But I actually heard some information about him several months ago. And Pocket Watching with JT, he did a video on Robert Smith and talked about how he got his billions, which he didn't really work for it. He pretty much got his billions allegedly by being a snitch. So I'm just saying, I don't know who he's talking about. We are assuming. But if Tyler Perry laid hands on him or attempted to lay hands on him, and then I know about Tyler Perry laying hands on TD Jakes before he gave him $1 million, and then now all of these things are coming out about TD Jakes allegedly sleeping with men at Diddy's sex parties and him being in a brotherhood and an occult and all this other stuff. It's just so much dark stuff that's coming out that is being revealed in these days and times. We really are literally living in the time of revelation. So I will say this, not just for my own knowledge to know who he's talking about. I really do hope he does reveal who it is, because if it isn't Tyler Perry, I believe that Tyler Perry deserves to have his name cleared, because most of us are assuming that that's who he's talking about, period. So, because, I mean, let's be clear, there are not that many black billionaires, one, and two, even less in Hollywood. So who is he talking about? Of course, most of us are going to assume that he's talking about Tyler Perry. So I don't know who it is. I don't know if he's actually going to reveal it. He did say that Cassie coming out and doing what she did by making the lawsuit public. Well, first filing the lawsuit, then now it does become public information due to the Freedom of Information Act, or FOIA as they call it. So for those who felt like, oh, that was just a money grab, I said this before and I'm repeating it. Cassie filing the lawsuit actually did help a lot of people to move forward when they really didn't have the courage to do so before. So that was a help and a catalyst for a number of people to press go and move forward. So he said that Cassie doing what she did, it actually helped him and empowered him and encouraged him to even do the video. But I would say that for the sake of those who is not guilty, because there's not that many black billionaires in Hollywood, I feel like at this point in time, it is kind of something that he may need to do, is just drop the names. Drop the name at this point, because I'm not going to compare it, but I'm just going to like give an example. Have you ever like maybe just think about when you were in school years ago and someone would come up to you and say, girl, somebody told me this and that about you, but I'm not going to tell you who said it. At that point, it's like useless information. It's like, okay, first of all, you're telling me someone said this about me, but you're not going to tell me who said it. If you're not going to tell me who said it, then why are you telling me what was said? You could have kept that information. And I'm not trying to discount what he's saying or make it like it's not important. I know that it could not be an easy place for him to be in to even do what he did by just saying what he said. I get that, because this is his career. This is how he makes his money. This is how he supports his family. So, I get that. But yet and still, in some ways, when you look at it, you got to kind of be like Usher and be like, if I'm going to tell it, then I'm going to tell it all. Like, these are your confessions. If you decided to reveal that, then I feel like you have a responsibility to name the person or persons for the sake of others. Because if other people are being victims or have been victims of this person or these persons, and you have all of these receipts, all of this stuff that you have in the vault that you can reveal to prove that you're not lying, then I feel like you kind of have a responsibility to just go ahead and reveal it. Especially if, like I said, if it wasn't Tyler Perry, which most of us are thinking that's who he's talking about. I'm just going to be honest. When I heard him speaking, I initially thought about Tyler Perry. And I even said it. I said, oh, Tyler, really? But if it wasn't him, then I feel like he does have a duty and a responsibility to just name who it was, so that if it wasn't the person or persons that we're thinking that it is, this person can clear their name of the assumptions that people are thinking about them. So I just wanted to talk about it from that perspective, guys. I am not saying that he's not brave and not courageous in coming forward. I commend him for that. And I know he's gotten a lot of, people encouraging him and supporting him in his comment section. But he also limited his comments as well. So it just kind of makes me wonder, maybe there's some people who feel like, well, if you're going to do all this, then you just need to say who it is. And he didn't really want to hear it. I don't know. I'm just saying. But anyway, guys, I'm not taking anything away from what he did. I just feel that because there are so few Black billionaires, not that they need protecting, and that's not what I'm saying either, but no one wants to have anyone thinking anything about them that's not true. So in this sense, because most of us are believing that it is Tyler Perry, if it isn't him, then I feel like he should come out and just say who it is. And I'm not saying he has to come out and do it on social media, but do it with the proper persons and have that other person or persons or whoever, may not be the culprits, names cleared from the assumptions of it being them. But listen, it just might be Tyler Perry. Like I'm saying, I don't know, but most of us are assuming that is who he's talking about. So I just wanted to talk about that, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.